I'm Hannah Lamoth, and this is the Cobalt analysis problem. The first question to this problem is rewrite the three reactions that occur in words. Write balanced net ionic equations for the three reactions. For the first part of the problem, the first reaction in words would be cobalt chloride plus silver nitrate yields silver chloride and cobalt nitrate. The second reaction in words would be cobalt chloride plus sodium hydroxide yields cobalt hydroxide and sodium chloride. The third one would be cobalt hydroxide yields hydrogen and cobalt oxide. And there would be the triangle above the yield sign because the reaction is adding heat to it. The second part of the question was write balanced net ionic equations for the three reactions. And for the first one, the balanced equation would be COCl3 because cobalt has a +3 charge and chlorine has a -1. So using the crisscross method, it would be COCl3 plus 3AgNO3 yields CO for cobalt in parentheses NO3 3 plus 3AgCl. And that one's for the first one. And the second equation would be COCl3 plus 3NaOH yields COOH3 plus 3NaCl. And the third one would be 4CO in parentheses OH subscript 3 plus 3O2 yields, with the triangle over it, 12 OH plus 2CO2O3. The second question was, what is the percent composition by mass of the compound? The second question was, what is the percent composition by mass of the compound? When it says the compound, it is referring to COCl3, cobalt chloride. So to find the percent composition of that compound, first you would find the molar mass of it. So the mass of cobalt is 58.93. And then you would add that to the mass of all of the chloride molecules, which is 3 times 35.45. And that comes out to be 165.28. So this is the molar mass of the compound. And then after that, to find the percent composition of each kind of molecule, we'll start with the cobalt molecule. We take the part, which is 58.93, and then we divide that by the whole, which is the molar mass, 165.28, and that comes out to be 0.3565, and then you would multiply that by 100, equaling it out to be 35.65% of cobalt. Next, we'll do chloride. So starting with the part, the totaling of all 3 chloride molecules would be 106.35, and then over the molar mass, and that would come out to be 0.6435, then multiply it by 100, 64.35% of chloride in the atom. Then finding it in each of the samples, starting with the first sample, of 0.256 grams of cobalt chloride. First, you would take this sample, the amount, and you would multiply it by the percent in the decimal form of cobalt. So 0.3565 to find the percent of cobalt, or to find the percent composition by mass of cobalt in the sample, which equals 0.091264 grams of cobalt. And then to find chloride, you would take the sample number and then multiply that by the decimal form of the percent, 6435, which equals 0.164736 grams of chlorine. Then the next sample .416 grams of cobalt chloride. First you take the sample number and multiply it by the same thing from the last sample, 0.3565, to find grams of cobalt, which equals 0.148304 grams of cobalt. To find chlorine, 0.416 multiplied by 0.6435, which equals 0.267696 grams of chlorine. And then the final question is, assuming the compound contains one cobalt atom per formula unit, what is the molecular formula? And the molecular formula would be COCl3.